I said, I mean, at the end it's kill or be killed. I know, like if he has been hurt at any point, he's gonna be the same way. Like I said, it's just my job, just to work on everything. Me and my team have been, training and drilling, these last couple weeks, and finish off these next six, as best as we can, so I could go under come fight night and still retain the title.
All right, guys.
Yeah. Mario Barrios is younger. He's younger. He's big. He's a big boy. I mean, he still has a little bit more youth in him than Manny. Manny, if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Barrios is probably same size as Margarito.
I think so, like 5'10", 5'11".
Around there, yeah. And Manny at this age, he shouldn't be fighting. I mean, in my opinion, I respect the man a lot. He gave the sport of boxing his life. He gave us great moments, great memories. He shouldn't.
If Pacquiao wants to come back as a Hall of Famer and fight one more time, whatever. He didn't look good against Yordenis Ugas, and that was 5 years ago. We've seen him in these exhibitions looking fleshy, to say the least. It's meaningless because if Barrios wins, he's never going to fight a Boots Ennis. If Pacquiao wins, he's not going to fight anybody ever again. So I'm kind of indifferent to the whole thing.
What happens when a boxing icon steps back into the fire, but the experts aren't convinced he'll make it out? As Manny Pacquiao gears up for his return, the spotlight has centered on legacy, greatness, and history. But there's another side to this story, one rooted in danger. Some insiders believe this isn't a comeback, it's a setup for an upset. Enter Mario Barrios, younger, active, hungry, and among the voices raising concern, none other than former champion and ESPN analyst Tim Bradley. When Bradley speaks, the boxing world listens, and what he sees in this matchup might just shock you.
But I'm not afraid to say my heart would be with Manny because of all the things I just said. Not against Barrios. I'm not against Barrios. Barrios is a special guy. But Manny is one of a kind. And I would not bet. I wouldn't be shocked to see him do something that is very, very, could be, very unlikely that at 46 years of age that he could do this.
Teddy Atlas is known for calling it like it is. Brutally honest, fiercely objective. So when he stands next to Manny Pacquiao and speaks not with doubt, but with respect, it says something at this moment. Atlas isn't warning of age. He's admiring what's left, the fire, the experience. The subtle footwork that most fighters never learn, let alone master. He doesn't predict victory outright, but he makes it clear if anyone can pull this off at 45, it's Manny. To hear that from a man like Teddy, it's not just commentary, it's validation.
What's up, y'all? Showtime Sean Porter here, sharing my favorite Manny Pacquiao moment. And I think that I have a rare Manny Pacquiao moment because there aren't too many people that get a chance to spar with the legend. And I didn't know much about Manny before the very first time I sparred with him. I think that was 2014. I, got on YouTube, checked him out, learned some quick things about him. Still didn't really know him. They flew me out to the Philippines, myself and my dad. We've done international stuff before. Cool, no problem. Go to the gym, meet with Freddie Roach. I had met him before in LA. Everything's normal. Didn't get a chance to meet Manny until the first day that we sparred. Manny comes over, he says some things to Freddie, don't know what he says to him, and Freddie calls me over, and I come over to meet Manny, and I go to shake Manny's hand, and he's just like, hey, buddy, how you doing? All right. And Freddie says, this is your sparring partner. And Manny looked at me like, okay, this is going to be fun. And I was just kind of like shocked, like nobody's ever treated me like getting in the ring with me wasn't a big deal. Getting in the ring with me is always a big deal. And so like now I can't like shake this off that has no care in the world about getting in the ring with me, So I get in the ring and I just try to go through the same movements, the same, normal steps that I always go through. And we get in the ring to spar. And I'm facing my corner and I'm talking to my dad before the bell rings. The bell rings. I turned around to, take a step towards the center of the ring to, touch gloves and start the sparring. And it was like this just moment comes over me. I'm like, you're sparring Manny Pacquiao. And I was like in a daze for like the first 10 seconds. And he caught me with a good straight left hand. Like before the first minute of the first round, he caught me with a straight left hand and like woke me up. And I was like, that dude got some power. And then we were off to the races. So that's my favorite Manny Pacquiao moment. And I do believe that Manny Pacquiao is going to beat Mario Barrios. I just think that Manny, even at his age, I know that's the thing that everyone's talking about. That's the common theme here is, can the old man beat the young man? I think the old man is always going to be too much until he hangs up the gloves. So we'll see.
Sean Porter doesn't play favorites. He respects the fight. And in Mario Barrios, he sees a puzzle that Pacquiao may no longer be equipped to solve. Height, reach, timing. Barrios brings a physical toolkit that's hard to counter, especially for a 45-year-old returning from years of inactivity. Porter's take isn't just about athleticism, it's about rhythm. Barrios has it. He's been active, sharp, and in the trenches. Meanwhile, Pacquiao is stepping into the unknown. For Porter, this fight is closer than people think, and Barrios might just be the one pushing the pace. Amir Khan has shared a ring with Manny Pacquiao and Mario Barrios ahead of the pair's upcoming world title fight. He said, "I think it will be a fantastic fight, but if I was to advise Manny, I wouldn't say to come back. You should come back to someone that's already retired, someone like myself, for example, because then it's an even fight." But when you look at a young fighter who's still a fighter, who's still boxing, who's active, sometimes it's dangerous. Amir Khan didn't whisper his warning. He said it loud enough for the boxing world to hear. Barrios is younger, fresher. It's a dangerous fight for Manny, coming from a fighter who's lived through the highs and brutal lows of elite boxing. Those words hit differently. Khan knows speed. He knows the timing. His message wasn't disrespectful, it was a concern. A call to recognize that Barrios isn't here to play sparring partner to a legend. He's here to rewrite the story.
I hope Vada's in the damn building. I'm saying it over and over and over. I hope Vada's in the damn building. Yeah, shoot, no doubt about it. Wait, think about this. 16 years younger. Man, 6-inch height advantage. Damn. 4-inch reach advantage. Got some power. Steady feet. Got some steady feet to be able to counterpunch effectively.
Tim Bradley doesn't hype fighters. He breaks them down. And in Barrios, he sees more than a challenger. He sees a finisher. Bradley's concern isn't about Pacquiao's legacy. It's about his timing. After years away from the ring, Manny's legs, reflexes, and chin could all face a serious test. And Barrios, with his sharp jab, relentless body work, and punishing right hand, is exactly the kind of fighter who can turn nostalgia into regret. When Bradley says retirement might follow this fight, it's not disrespect. It's realism, and it makes Barrios' threat feel a lot more real.
You know, they always say you're only as good as your last performance, right? But that being said, you know, at the end of the day, that's why they make the fights. You know, Marquez wasn't supposed to knock out Pacquiao that night. He did it. You know, Foreman wasn't supposed to beat Michael Moore that night. He did it. That's why you make the fight. So when they say he's the weakest of the champions, I don't know what that means or how they perceive it. But at the end of the day, when you get in the ring, Mario Barrios can punch. He's proven, you know, he hurt Keith Thurman in the fight. Obviously, Keith Thurman beat us, you know, decisively, but we did hurt him in the fight. And if Mario gets an opportunity to hurt Pacquiao like he did Thurman, as long as he jumps on it, whether that could be Norman or anybody, whether it's Boots Henderson, anybody, all it takes in this sport is one punch, and people forget that. And the one thing about Mario Barrios, he can't punch with both hands.
Bob Santos isn't just a trainer. He's the voice in Barrios' ear during every gritty round, every late-night run. And when he speaks, he makes it clear they're not treating this like a showcase. They're treating it like war. To Santos, Pacquiao's accolades don't matter once that bell rings. What matters is preparation, pressure, and purpose. They're not coming in to survive the legend. They're coming to bury it. And if that's truly their mindset, then Pacquiao may be facing a younger version of himself, with none of the nostalgia and all of the fire.
Well, see, the
thing is that's what a lot of boxing, former fighters, experts, I could say, are picking Pacquiao. But I think most of them are going by, the opponent. Barrios being probably the least dangerous welterweight out there. But Barrios is young, big, strong.
When a trainer of champions chooses Barrios over a legend like Pacquiao, the implications are seismic. Robert Garcia doesn't say this lightly. He values discipline, timing, and conditioning, but even more, he values realism. Hearing him say, "At 46, that's too much," isn't disrespectful, it's clarity. To Garcia, Barrios' youth and activity are not variables. They're advantages. He's calm but firm. The fight may look historic for Pacquiao, but from the corner, it feels like an opportunity. And for one of the most respected trainers in boxing, that belief alone becomes a prediction. So now the table is set. The experts have spoken, not all in agreement, but all with conviction. From Hall of Famers to elite trainers, that belief alone becomes a prediction. So now the table is set. The experts have spoken, not all in agreement, but all with conviction. From Hall of Famers to elite trainers, they see what we all feel. This isn't just a fight. It's a test. For Barrios, it's the chance to carve his name into history by toppling a giant. For Pacquiao, it's one more march into the fire. One more shot to prove that greatness doesn't age. It evolves. But only the ring will speak the final truth. Because in boxing, predictions are noise, the bell is gospel, and when it rings, only one man walks out with his legacy rewritten.